Good morning, children. Welcome back to the social session. Children, for the past few days, we were enjoying the European climatic conditions, and we also have seen what kind of crops are grown in Europe. Now, today we'll learn about the agricultural revolution in Europe, children. Like Asia, Europe also own like small landowners, and the land lots are present in European land distribution. So, like you know it very well, for the last 2 centuries, Europe agricultural scene has completely changed because of a very small section of the people of the population today practices agriculture today, and no small farmers you find like you find in India. That is because of the extensive usage of the mechanization in the sense machines, technology has brought revolution in the European agriculture. And most of the agricultural products which are produced by the Europeans is not for their self consumption, but it is for the sale in the market. That is nothing but commercial agriculture is very extensive practiced in Europe, and chemical fertilizer usage, the technology has completely dominated the European agriculture. And at the same time, large landowners and capitalists took over the agricultural farms from the small farmers, and they were abandoned from the agriculture. As a result of that, these villagers have to migrate from their villages to the cities, and they have to find their employment in industries or in other services sector in the cities. If you look at the European farms today, most of the cultivation in Europe is carried out in large farms, that is more than 50 to 100 acres of in size. So they had a large pieces of land they cultivated through the mechanization where little labor is used. Generally, farmers build their houses in their own farms, that is called as a farmland, and the farmhouses are usually very large and have a number of rooms for different purposes: sheds for animals, godowns for storing grains, and coops and sites for poultry and pigs. So they had a large built up houses in these farmlands where they have provisions for all these things. The number of rooms they have, even godowns for storing the grains, even for the separate place for the pigs and the sheep, and even they have the area to park the vehicles. So these kind of large houses they have built in their own land. These big farmers hire laborers to work on their field, and they also use heavy machinery like tractors and harvesters. Almost the entire product is sold in the market only, and sometimes the farmers also hire machines from the outside from nearby cooperative societies. But mechanization is extensively practiced in the European farms. Large land holdings and mechanized farming enabled the European farmers to earn a good income because most of their things are sold in the market. They live in comfortable houses equipped with all modern gadgets, amenities like fridge, Wi-Fi, internet, everything will be present. And they even check the prices of their products worldwide. They even export it to the other countries. Such knowledge they have. And they use gas and electric stoves for cooking. About 50 years ago, most European farmers used to bake their own bread and they used to eat. But now they sell off most of their produce and buy their bread from the daily market. They don't depend upon making their own bread now. Several varieties of bread and cakes are available in the nearby towns. Fresh meat, which is an essential part of their meal, French diet, is obtained from the poultry, from the cattle, and from the pigs of the farm. Meat is also preserved for a long time by smoking, by drying, and by freezing. They store it for a longer period of time. All houses have larders or cellars to store the meat because meat is one of the important diet in their meal. Even cheese and wine also constitute their important components in the meal, because in order to keep themselves heat or hot from the cold weather, so they use this kind of a diet. And now they also started storing in large cold storages. They have the facilities of cold storages, and the farmers obtain most of the things of their requirement from the nearby towns. Besides bread and other food items, they also obtain all the agricultural tools and machines also from the nearby towns and cities. Now in the modern agriculture, Europe started practicing as a commercial enterprise. As I was telling you, most of their produce is sold in the market, so it is called as a commercial enterprise, commercial marketing, agriculture, just as any industry. So the farmers make his living by selling their produce and getting all their requirements from the market. The agricultural technology they use also requires the use of hybrid seeds, chemical fertilizers, advanced pesticides in order to increase the yield. However, compared to our country, very few people in Europe are dependent upon agriculture, but whereas in India nearly 50% of the people are dependent upon agriculture. But whereas in Europe, very little, less than 5% of the people are dependent upon agriculture. And most of them work in industries today, or services sectors like banks, transport, etc. Even those who work in the field of agriculture are helped by the government by giving them subsidies. A large number of subsidies are carried out on farming to give them less income than other kinds of work. The government pays them carrying on agriculture for people carrying on agriculture in the villages. If you look at the discovery of sea routes, we shall see about the discovery of new sea routes by these Europeans because of the maps in the next class, children. So thank you and see you for the discovery of sea routes.